Hi there, I'm Christopher Dunnigan. This is HandmadeInVermont.com, and today we're talking about the Fritz Globe Low Voltage Wall Sconce. This is the 208903. It's an interior sconce, and it's really cool because the glass is really cool on top of everything else. So Hubbardton forges glass on this fixture. What they do is they're blowing a bubble of glass, and the inside of this is actually acid etched to make it opaque, so you can't see through it. It's almost like it's sandblasted. And then they take it while it's still hot and kind of tacky and gooey, because it's glass, don't forget, and they roll the bottom of it in crushed glass, and then they put it back in the kiln, and that kind of melts away all the edges, so it looks almost like ice on the bottom. It's really, really cool, and it makes for a beautiful piece. I think this is dynamite. Let's talk a bit more about this and things you can do with it. It is a wall sconce, and you know the shortest this can be is 10 inches from the top of the back plate to the bottom of this, but this can be pretty long too. This can be up to 80 inches long. So you can use this in applications that get you out of interesting situations. So let's say you're doing a kitchen and you have a big long kitchen counter against a wall, and that wall has tons of windows, and you're trying to figure out how am I going to get light on this wall that has windows in front of it and no cabinets, right? What you can do is you can put this way above that window, those windows, and drop a series of them way down, so that'll push it away from the wall, because we know the depth on this is 7.6 inches, and this is a great way to get light on there. Also for bathrooms, that'd be dynamite too. But you can use this in all kinds of applications. So you notice how much wire is back there. It gives you that 80 inches overall height. If you need yours to be longer than 80 inches, drop me a quick email. Say you're looking at the 208903 and tell me what you need. So say you need 96 inches overall height or 150. We do customs all the time. I'm going to take your email, send it through Hubbardton Forge's customs department, which is going to come back with an answer. It usually adds just a little time and money, but we do customs all day long. It's not a big deal. Okay, so let's kind of move on. We'll talk about a couple other things on this. Back plate on this is coming in at 5.5 inches round. It's going to go over your standard junction box. Let's go back and talk about a couple of measurements. So we know that this is 6.4 inches. We know that this side to side is coming in at 5.5, and then we know that the depth on it, which is from the wall coming out here, so it's going to be right here, is coming in at 7.6. And then we know that the overall height, as standard product, is 10 inches at its shortest, 80 inches at its longest, unless you need custom. And then we'll kind of go from there. 3.8 pounds, so it's not very heavy at all. The mounting height, that's the distance from the bottom of this back plate to the middle of it. That's where your junction box is going to be. It's coming in at 2.8 inches. Okay, so like I said, let's see. Let's talk about the installations instructions, because I want to show you some stuff about the transformer. Remember, this is going to be a low voltage fixture. It's going to be coming with a transformer that's going to transform your line voltage in your house or building down to low voltage so it can go through a cable safely. And this is actually going to be nestling inside of your junction box, so it's going to be going into there. I want to show you more information about that, and how we do it is we look at the installations instructions. So if you're on the page for this on Handmade in Vermont, look over on that side of the screen. Midway down, you can see a link. There's a it says click here for installations instructions PDF. So open that up for me. Gives you a full parts list, shows you how to install it, which takes 5 minutes, but it's also going to show you that this transformer is not going to be behind the back plate. It's going to be hiding in your junction box, which is also behind the back plate, but you'll see it in there. It also will give you some nice detailed drawings of the back plate to look at. So, okay, moving on from there, why don't we talk about what's going on as far as bulbs inside of this. This is going to be a low voltage LED only, no halogens in this. You're going to be using a G4 socket. That's the little tiny bulb with little tiny prongs on it. Pushes right in very easily. You're going to be using a 4-watt LED. So a 4-watt G4 LED is what you're going to be looking for out in the world. And the best way to do it, honestly, is to go online. You could go to 1001bulbs.com. You could go to justbulbs.com. We buy all of our bulbs from Amazon just because it's really easy. And it's a dimmable fixture, so it's important that you guys look for dimmable bulbs. If you want to dim it, there's places like bathrooms you may not want to dim this. So it's up to you. But anyway, when we talk about those G4 bulbs, like I said, they're easy to get. Let's say you are doing Amazon. You just put into the search G4 4-watt LED bulb, and up it's going to pop a big page of things for you to look at. When we talk about the color of light during these videos, we always talk about it in terms of Kelvin. So you're going to see that some are going to be offered in 2700 Kelvin. That's going to be that super, super warm light, almost like a halogen type setting sun, yellow light. Way on the other side of that, you're going to see some of those LEDs are going to be offered in daylight. And daylight sounds like a warm light, but it's not. That's that bluish white light you would see in a hospital or like on an overcast day. So that's going to be 4,000, 5,000 Kelvin on the Kelvin scale. What we like to use in our showroom, what mimics an incandescent light I grew up with and like that warmth, is going to be called warm white, and that's 3,000 Kelvin. So that's what we use here. That's what I'm going to be using in this on our showroom floor. And that's the light that's coming down on my hands, just like this. So it's really pretty light. Like I said before, it's a dimmable fixture. I would probably look for a dimmable version of that. So you're going to be looking for a G4, 4-watt, dimmable, 3,000 Kelvin LED, and you should be good to go. Let's get into finishes now. If you're on the HandmadeInVermont.com website, look over on this side of the screen. Midway down, you're going to see a tab. It's going to say Finishes Help Guide. Click on that for me. There's going to be a video on there of me talking to you guys about the differences in Hubbardton forged finishes and how they can look on different types of forging. I'm going to be talking about a chart a little farther down on the page. You'll see it next to me here. It's going to kind of go over the differences between heavy forging and non-heavy forging, and it'll be talked about in that video. So it's really important that you kind of watch the video, use the chart. You can click on that chart on different things. So you can click on dark smoke and a big page will pop up and show you lots of different things in dark smoke. Click on burnished steel or natural iron, it'll do the same thing. But it's really important that you understand how Hubbardton Forge's finishes are kind of divided into translucent and opaque and how they can look on different fixtures. Our showroom in Vermont has we're up to 400 Hubbardton Forge fixtures spread across 2 floors. We have a What's on Display page. It's way up there in those red tabs again, so click on that and you can see what we have to show you. That changes all the time because we're always adding things as they come out. Showroom's open every day except Sunday from 11 to 6. We have an amazing clearance center here too. Clearance center stuff is 75% off MSRP. It's returns, discontinued things, and showroom samples. If you were coming to visit us, bring a good-sized vehicle, something like a big SUV or maybe a small truck or something like that, because you might find something in the clearance center that you want to take home, and it's a lot of fun to go through. 75% off MSRP is an amazing bargain, so you should really take advantage of it if you can. Like I said, we're open every day except Sunday from 11 to 6. I'm here every day except Sunday from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Eastern Time. You can call us at 802-446-2400 during business hours. You can email us 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, all the time. We love to answer emails. When you buy your Hubbardton Forge fixtures from HandmadeInVermont.com, shipping is free to every state except Alaska and Hawaii. There's no tax if we ship out of the state of Vermont, and we're the only dealer with 90-day returns and no restocking fees. No one else even comes close to that. Some larger items are non-returnable. We'll always tell you about that. It'll be in the description thing, that part of the description underneath on the very bottom. So keep an eye out for that. We also offer a rush program. Hubbardton Forge generally takes about 3 to 4 weeks to get product out. They don't stock anything. That's how you're going to get all your finishes, your adjustable ranges to play with, all those things. We can cut that time in half, and it's super inexpensive. If you want to know more, drop a quick email, and I can walk you through the whole thing, okay? So, if you guys have any other questions, let me know. Love to see you in our showroom sometime, and have a great day. Take care. Bye-bye.